Hey guys, what's going on? This is Namkraft and welcome to Analysis of Starcraft. In this commentary, let's continue with KCM 225, Season 4, Week 3, and this is going to be set number 5. So far, Speed, Mighty, Stork, and Queen have been eliminated. We will have Snow versus Sharp now. Jon Snow, the king in the north, and the number 1 Elo ranked player this week. Sharp is, of course, a strong player in general. Very strong. The map is going to be Dominator, 3-player map. And as you can see, Sharp is going to be spawning at the 11 o'clock position at the with the purple color. And Snow is going to be spawning at the 7 o'clock position in the blue color. So Snow will have direct access to Sharp's main base via drops in the early and mid game. Win rates for the maps. Let me just quickly show you for Terran players. They are usually advantage over Protoss, but Dominator is the fairest map of them all. It's actually quite nice, 50% win rate. So Snow has got a very strong chance to win here. And to confirm my hypothesis, I will just quickly also show you the Elo stats this week. So here are the top 10 players in Broodwar, and as you can see, Snow is slightly better than Sharp in terms of Elo scores is 1443, and Sharp is only 1317. And in the last 30 days, Snow against Terran is a whooping 77% win rate, and Sharp against Protoss is a decent 56% win rate. And I think that's about it. This is the ladder board for the top players in KCM this season. Jaedong is leading with 100% win rate. Snow is not here. Sharp is third with 5 wins and 1 loss so far, 83% win rate. Very strong himself. Anyways, looks like SCV from Sharp is coming out to scout in the wrong location first. 3 o'clock position. Snow has not yet applied any kind of pressure or scouting activities. Usually on this map, we tend to see the Protoss player apply early Zealot pressure to get the early Nexus out. But I think Snow is mixing things up a little bit, and he's going to be producing a Dragoon right away. Which could work depending on what you want to build. But I think this looks like an early expansion from Snow. Usually when you don't go for scouting and you build a first Dragoon, you are saving up money for an early expansion. There it is, an early expansion coming up without scouting. This could be useful. I mean, this could work nicely here for his opponent because as you can see, Sharp is not there to punish it. He is making a factory. SCV is going to get attacked upon 1 hit down, only 1 hit though, so that SCV will survive. We have 2 Marines on the top side, and let's see if they will start to apply pressure, but I think the Dragoon is about to come out very soon. There's the factory completed already. But this factory will not, will not be able to apply that much pressure. There's going to be a bit of a slow expansion here coming from Sharp. But no worries, things will stabilize, and the question is what about the dropships? Because Snow has a huge advantage in drop distances compared to Sharp. The SCV is gonna get pushed away, and expansion there. You can see I think a Vulture should be leaving the factory very soon. Okay, looks like we have a quick add-on, which signals to me that it is going to be a mine upgrade. Usually you do want to be going for mine upgrade first. Speaking of which, we don't often see speed upgrade on the Vulture first, like at the very high pro level. I've not seen it. I've only seen it at the low levels, where you build 3 or 4 Vultures and you go for the speed upgrade and you try to dive in and get past the Dragoon defense. But anyways, this Dragoon has about to reach this middle area. It's going to be super careful. He goes and he takes a few hits though. He's going to go back up. He would try to attack and get a few hits on the SVs, but no biggies. The game will stabilize. As you can see, Snow's expansion is miles and leagues ahead of Sharp's. And he's even started his robotics already. There's okay, tank first. Interesting. Sharp is completely skipping the Vulture harassment. He's gonna be going for siege mode first, I believe. And as for Snow, right now he's got 3 Dragoons. 1 is damaged, but I think he's recovering his shield just fine. There's the 3 additional gateway, which means we're gonna be having observatory behind this. 2 tanks. Wow, Sharp might be looking to go for a push here. He's made a few Marines. He's going for a light S push, and looks like Snow is not here to spot. He's got 2 Dragoons. SCV's probes are about to go towards the 9 o'clock position to blind a pylon or something, but he's got a Dragoon that is not being used right now. Snow has got 4 Dragoon Sodo, 3 of which is on this high ground. The battle is about to begin. We have 6 Marines, 2 tanks, and 2 Vultures. And how fast is the reaction? The Dragoon need to pull back. Snow will lose his Dragoon very quickly. He's pulling back. He's trying very hard, and there he is. He will need to hide behind the refinery. The other Dragoon is not coming back. There it is, but it's going to be trapped behind the mine. One Dragoon is so damaged. He loses a Dragoon right away. The probes are coming across the map. The observers is not here. But we have good block. All of the Vultures have died, which means no more mines. And we have a Dragoon trying to attack. That Dragoon is on the low ground. Keep that in mind. One of the tank gets trapped. The tank has been sniped. And we're going to be having a mine explosion. No, we don't have it. We don't have it. These Dragoons have to back up now, but now we have the mine. One of the Dragoons is very damaged, but the tank is not able to target. The tank is really damaged. Snow has health, and he can expand right now if he wishes to. As you can see, the Vultures are moving towards the 9 o'clock position to try to deny this base as much as possible. And looks like Snow is going to try to expand. Oh, he eats a mine. That was so unfortunate. Where is he going with his Dragoons, man? The probes is going to try to go out there, but the Vulture is going to try to get inside. That Vulture is very damaged. Where's the observer? There it is. So the Vultures cannot do anything at all. The probe will come out to expand very standard procedure. What about siege mode? That was a crazy attack, but now we have 3 factories coming from Sharp. And only 1 tank has been sniped so far, but an expansion will go up very nicely here from Snow. That was a mistake from Snow to lose the Dragoons and get his probe sniped, but now the Nexus has come up. And we should expect Reavers soon. We have 2 observers already on the field. Another Vulture is looking forward to attack there. As you can see, it's lurking around near this inner 7 o'clock position. It's going to try to get on this high ground, but I think the probe will leave already. So this Vulture is trapped. Nicely done by Snow. There's the... Okay, that robotic support bay is placed in a very strange location. It actually gets sniped very easily if Sharp decide to attack it from the right side, you know, coming through these areas. Of course, that could be a trap set up by Snow, because it would take a long time and a lot of balls to try to take out that robotic support bay. Anyhow, we have 3 tanks ready. We have a shuttle. Snow needs to saturate his new base. 3 factories from Terran with an armory from Protoss, so 3 gateways. Okay, a hidden base by Sharp is about to come up. That Snow doesn't know about. He's seeing the tanks moving across the map here. This is... I'm not so sure exactly what is the plan here for Sharp. How can he possibly win with this attack with Shadow and Reavers on the way? Maybe he's feigning an attack. He's saying, you know what, I would try to show to you that I'm attacking, but I'm not really attacking. But he is attacking. He is seriously attacking. And 2 Vulture will be coming across to try to harass, but the probe's going to get trapping. We have 1 Dragoon only blocking this area. The probe's going to get attacked. But it's going to be mine explosion. But now looks like all of the Vultures will die, but the tanks will get held back. And Dragoons are holding this high ground. What is Sharp hoping to accomplish? He needs to go home now. Unless he wants to get all of his tanks sniped by the Reaver fire. 1 tank is going to get trapped here. The Reaver has been landed. Great Reaver shot to damage the No, that was a dud possibly. Those 2 tanks in the corner are completely trapped. They need to unseat and go home now. The Dragoons need to plow forward. Come on, Snow. You have about 2 more seconds to snipe those tanks. But he's not able to do so. But anyways, he's going to chase his forces back. That was the stupidest move out ever by Sharp. He was trying to hope to catch Snow off guard, but not possible. Anyways, that Vulture is looking forward to go towards the 3rd base, but there's enough Dragoons blocking. We have a shuttle flying across now, and I think shuttle with speed should be on the menu at some point in the future. We have some tanks and Marines moving towards the side of the map. The shuttle has arrived. He needs to land the Zealot, and he would try to take a hit against a good attack here to slow down the expansion. Nice Mind Drag here. The Reaver could take 1 shot against the Marine. Great shot. Amazing shot. He gets 2 more Vultures. Those tanks are not doing the job here. Another shot on everything here. The Reavers is doing so much damage. I think 1 tank, 1 Goliath, 3 Marines, 2 Vultures, and 2 SCVs died in that engagement. Great exchanges. Now Snow is leading by about 35 supply, and City of Doom is coming up. He's ready to expand as well to the inner 7 o'clock position, but so far Sharp with his economy is not doing too shabbily himself. He will saturate his new base, which is good. And Snow need to, I think, think about expanding at some point in the future. Goliaths are waiting at home because he's anticipating a drop, but we don't see it coming. Snow expands at the inner 7 o'clock position. He's picked up a second Reaver. We shall see if he's going to decide to fly inside of Sharp's base or not. I mean, look at this. This is a huge area. He can actually land some Reavers here, attack, get a turret destroyed, and come back later at some point in the future. Anyways, Sharp 89 supply and Snow 120. Double shadows are going across. We don't have shadow with speed. I don't see it. I don't see it. They will land here. They will try to take the mine out with a Zealot. One of the shadows being targeted upon by the Goliath. The Reaver takes a great shot though. And that turret has been sniped. The Goliaths are trying to snipe the shadow. Keep in mind that one shadow is down already. So this is the other shadow. And the shadow will suck itself for the Reaver to go for some crazy shots here. And one more Goliath has been sniped. All of the shadows have died. But I think this attack has been thwarted. As you can see, Snow has lost a lot of supply in this attack. Down to 112 supply and Sharp 94. Snow did not invest into Shadow with speed. I don't see it. I don't see Shadow with speed, so I'm not so sure what is up with that. Maybe it's coming, but for now, +1 weapons is done with the tanks. And additional forces are coming across the map. And it's been such a long time we see Protoss play without Shadow with speed. Maybe Snow feels like he's behind by a lot. He doesn't have the luxury to go for Shadow with speed. Anyways, let me just quickly remind you that Protoss is sucking this season. So as a favor, as a courtesy to the public, Snow need to win this game, because if he doesn't, Protoss will be stuck with 1 point again. And Terran and Zerg will share the points they have together. The winner will have 2 points, the loser will have 1 point, but Protoss will have 0 points. Very, very unfortunate. So we'd like Snow to win some games today. He's looking forward to expand towards the 6 o'clock position and the Snow Gateway coming up. And Sharp is missed the opportunity to actually close out the game, possibly. Once Snow has got his Zealot with leg, his Templars, energy, he's got his Flash Shadow. It's going to be impossible for anybody, any Terran to stop him, even Flash. But for now, Sharp has decided to play very, very passively. He's going to sit at home. Yeah, and that is not good. That is not good. I think one thing he can try to do is expand to the 1030 position at the same time as he moves forward and attack. Because Storm is not yet done. Storm is definitely not yet done. The only thing you need to worry about now, Sharp, are those Reavers, those goddamn Reavers. Anyways, look at this, guys. Vultures getting trapped. Great work by Snow. He has trapped the Vultures and has a lot of damages. 30 supply differential between these two players. A lot of factories are coming up. Sharp is forced to constantly patrol his main base with a Goliath and a siege tank. Great scan to check how many high templars there are. Alright, I think Sharp has got a sizable army, but oh my god, what are those Reavers doing? Great Reaver shot, amazing attack with the Observer in mind. And once again, looks like Snow is not playing, Sharp doesn't snipe the Observer, but now he does snipe the Observer. The Dragoons are trying to snipe as many turrets as possible. As you can see it, they will start to attack. The Shadow is providing some nice vision. The tanks will be attacking from the other side. But the Shadow is not showing the vision anymore. And looks like at the last minute, Snow is going to be backing up. He takes another base. He's allowed to take so many bases on this map, and Sharp is just sitting at home doing nothing. Anyway, some Vultures are coming across the map here, but I think there are cannons everywhere, so it's going to be impossible for the Vulture to do any kind of damages. Alright, we might have a major attack coming up soon. We have plenty of forces by Snow amassing on this left border. We have double Shadow. He's going to fly across the map. He's not using his Reavers yet. Those tanks are sieging up nicely. But I'm not so sure what is the idea here. He's going to storm those tanks. Not bad. He's going to storm a few more. Goliaths are not targeting the Shadow. Now they're targeting the Shadow, but way too late. And Sharp army has been decimated. 4 or 5 tanks have been destroyed in the battles. Those expensive Panzer Division units are lost for good. Anyways, this engineer bay was about to burn out. But now Snow is leading about 50 supply. His, 5... How many bases does Snow have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bases are looking very strong. The vultures once again looking for openings, looking for places he can actually slit through and snipe some probes, but it looks very hard. Okay, there the probes getting caught in the transfer there, and those cannons you can see are not covering those probe line. Alright, now we have some Zelle coming out to secure this area, so those vultures will be sniped. And probes are free to leave the areas and go towards the other side. And Sharp has not taken a fourth base. He's been sitting at home and going up with new additional units and additional tech, but he has only 3 bases. And that is not good against a Protoss player with 6 bases, and the 7th one gonna get planted soon at this base right here. Anyways, looks like Snow is gonna push forward now. +1 weapons and +1 armor for the Terran side. It's so unfortunate that Snow did not play against a Terran player in the finals of the ASL, man. I mean, if he has played against a Terran player, he would just completely trounce that player 4-2 or 4-1. And, you know, there would be a lot of praises and they would say, oh, Snow is a god of Starcraft. But when he plays against Zerg, he just shuts up. Anyways, good storm. No, good dodge by the Goliaths. Great storm once again. From the low ground, eat up so many tank. Another storm is to be expected. 3 tanks have fallen. Another storm on those tanks on the left side. And there's going to be a lot of splash damage on that group as well. And great trades here. Keep in mind that Snow is keeping Sharp down to just 3 bases during this entire time. And he's going up to 1,600 minerals in the bank. We're going to be having some cannons getting planted here. And Dragoons are here to intercept those vultures. I mean, Snow is just always one step ahead. And stopping the Terran player from going for any kind of counter attacks or anything like that. Anyways, we're going to be having arbiters. Of course, this is just icing on the cake. This is a cherry. You don't really need arbiters. I mean, Snow is doing just fine with whatever he's got, but he's just going to be completely sure that he will seal the victory. So arbiters is the tech of choice. This command center is going to get planted from the main base. His Snow is maxed out. He will not make any more units. Okay, nice mine explosion. Vultures are looking to snipe some probes. I think this base here will be a little bit vulnerable. Vultures are coming through the various area, but I think unless they strike the 7 o'clock position right now, they will have no other locations to attack because all of the other bases are covering with cannons and even a Zealot. We have a shuttle flying here. I think those are for storms once again. Alright, 18-minute mark on the game, and Snow has got 200 minerals once again. He has not built any units in the last 3 minutes because he's maxed out. And Sharp is still on 3 bases. This just shows a huge difference in skill level. And Snow is playing with 220 APM. And Sharp is playing with over 300 APM. That just shows a huge difference. But now Sharp feels like he can actually leave his den and come out. There might be a mine drag there. The 2 players going to be backing up. What is the Shadow looking to do? I'm not so sure. But now Snow has taken over 2/3 of the map. He's got plenty of units to go around. He's going to drop something here. That's going to be a nice mine drag onto the Zealot. But Goliath's a little bit delayed. There's going to be some storms. He's looking to storm. What exactly? He will storm those Goliaths. Not bad. Great storm. And all of those Goliaths could not move away in time. There could be another attacking Goliaths. They're not sniping the Shadow. Now they will snipe, but a little bit too late. A little bit too late, and those Goliaths eats the full storms. Another storm could be deployed on those vultures. I'm not so sure. Yeah, another storm could be applied right now. But Snow is making sure that Sharp cannot mine this area. There's going to be another storm that hits so many vultures. So many vultures. And now that Archon will get saved as well. Nice trades here by Snow. He's got 2,000 minerals in the bank. And he's got plenty of gateway. He's got arbiters. He's got everything that he's got. But keep in mind that this is a game of endurance. Because after this, Snow will have to play against Sharp. Well, you need to play against Rush, Hero, and Soma. Plenty of opponents left. So you need to make sure he can conserve his stamina to win it for the Protoss race. Anyways, more forces gonna get planted here by Snow. He might be going for a Doom drop soon at some point in the future. And as for you know, the top right, the 3 o'clock and the 4 o'clock position, Snow need to send probes there to start to mine All right, looks like Sharp is looking to go for a desperate attack here, but Snow has gained the high ground advantage before. Where the Goliaths? They're not here. High Templar is going to get landed. Great Storm. Look at this. This is what you should not do as a Terran player. You should not move out prematurely when the Protoss player has got plenty of storms waiting for you. You need to do it before storms became a problem. Anyways, so this one tank on the high ground is applying a bit of pressure, but great storm to eat up all of those tanks. Another storm on the tank on the backside. No, but the high templar was sniped. He might storm a few more of those vultures. Not bad. He will storm everything, including his own observers. But that's fine. He traded very, very nicely. And now Slow is only leading about 20 supplies. So Sharp could still push a little bit hard towards this area. Yes, Snow is gonna make a few more forces, man. He need to pump stuff from his gateways. The first line of defense, the cannons are falling. What is Snow's response? He is a bit too slow to actually send his shadows. I remember he has arbiters. Where are they? He's made some arbiters, but they're not being used in any of the battlefield. And now he's sending single file of Zealot to the guillotine here. There's a shadow. And those shadows will take some shots against the vultures. Not bad. The tanks are not within reach of that reaver, of those reavers. There's the arbiters. Perfect. There's gonna be a recall over everything here. Great attack and storming all of the Goliaths. This is a cherry on top of the cake. I was wondering, what is Snow doing? But I finally have the answer. This is the answer. And now, whatever advantages Sharp had with that frontal victory will just completely evaporate. Snow has showed to us that he is a god of PvT. Definitely not a god of PvZ, but still a god of PvT nonetheless. And once again, Snow has remaxed out, and he's still on 2,000 minerals. And the second Arbiters is out here. Sharp is attempting to take a 5th base, but it will be tough to hold. Very, very tough to hold. +2 weapons and +2 armor. As you can see, the Arbiter is already there. There's the Arbiter, I think, in the corner. Or maybe it's an observer. But anyhow, Snow can just attack from any angles. He will try to do it right here. There's a few Goliaths in the area. Zealot need to walk past the mines and drive themselves onto the tank. There it is. Snow has gained the high ground advantage. Only one tank remaining. There's another High Templar to rain justice from the sky. On the SCV has been largely evaporated. We have 2 tanks from the inside that are supporting the defense. Not bad, not bad. But the Dragoons are trading very, very nicely here. They will try to hold this high ground. We could have another storm soon, but it looks like Snow's gonna back up. And he will lose a High Templar, maybe, I'm not so sure. But Snow is playing very, very lazily, guys. He doesn't care. There's gonna be another recall soon. There's just way too many locations on this map for Sharp to cover. He could not possibly cover everything. Anyways, the energy is ready. And looks like forces are gonna get grouped over. The Arbiters are flying all over the turrets. He actually doesn't want to be recalling there. Great storm that hits all of the SCVs. The tanks could not reinforce fast enough, and the Zealot is gonna try to drive some mines onto the tanks. We have 4 tanks supporting, but more storms are to be expected. Maybe, maybe not. I'm not so sure. Another storm is coming. Yes, it is coming. 2 tanks on. GG by Sharp. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this cast, feel free to buy me. That's gonna be in the video. So, see you soon. Bye bye.